And you told me before that also influenced your decision. Honestly, I was weirded out that I was hanging out with my older friend's brother.
That is racist. That is very racist.
Literally the next day he said he was in love with me. Hi friends, it is Hunter and Juno. Welcome back to our channel. Today we are coming with a very important video.
To us.
It's important to us. Recently, Juno and I posted about our upcoming Q&A, and one of the most popular questions was people asking how we met. So before filming the Q&A, we wanted to film this separate video. Juno and I met through his sister. I do some cosmetic modeling and different things like that for his sister's beauty company. And I got dinner with her one evening and we were talking about life and things that we both have going on. And she asked about, am I making friends? Am I getting along well in Korea? How am I feeling? Of course, I told her that I was single and I was looking to date, but that, you know, everything else for me was going well. And she said that she had a brother around my age. And at the moment, she didn't mention her brother as an option. She said that he might have friends that he could introduce me to that can speak English and are open to getting to know foreigners in Korea. So she promised to get back to me later on in the week, and we went our separate ways, and that was that dinner.
Well, so my sister asked me if I had any friends around me who could speak English fluently and who is interested in meeting a foreigner. Honestly, there wasn't anyone who could speak English fluent enough, so I just decided to go out. Like, I didn't really have the intention of making a girlfriend at that moment. I was just thinking about making a friend because I really like hanging out with foreign friends. That's how it started.
Like, how much did she tell you about me before she just gave you my number?
She didn't really tell me much about her. She told me about her name, where she's from, what kind of work she does, and how she got to know Hunter. I didn't really have a lot of information. How about you?
How about me? What about me?
What did my sister tell me about? Tell you about me.
Okay. When his sister mentioned to me, oh, you have a brother around your age, I became curious about her brother, not in any sort of dating or romantic way, but this is the first time she had opened up to me about her life. And she was saying how she still views her younger brother as like the baby of the family. And I was like, oh, I know, like no matter how old we get, we're still treated like babies. But funny, she said that they went to go see a shaman, and this shaman had done a prediction on Juno's life, and the shaman told Juno that he was going to marry a foreigner. His sister was telling me the story, not me thinking that it was going to be me, but just I thought that it was kind of funny and cute, and we kind of giggled about it. Now we might need to go visit that shaman and buy that person some coffee or something. They did well, but I think that speaks to how open you were. You were a lot more open, like you said, to make friends who were not Korean, but foreshadowing for the later part of the story. But even your openness and your ability to emotionally open up to me very early definitely brought my guards down. So I think that shaman saw something in you that was very special. Wanted to make sure we included that. I
first got Hunter's number from my sister, and I really wanted to actually make a phone call.
Oh no.
Well, that's how I do it. But anyways, I wanted to, but I was at work and I was very busy. I'm very busy recently. I didn't really have the time. I got her number in the morning, but I think I texted her like 1 or 2 days later.
We started messaging on a Friday evening.
Yeah, then I probably got her number on like Thursday or Wednesday-ish.
Oh, you sly fox. Oh.
No, but I was like really busy and I didn't really have the time to think about it. So anyways, I texted her on like Friday, and then we didn't talk a lot, but it was enough to know that we had a lot in common. Like it was really weird though. It was interesting but weird.
Yeah. Because
I've never seen her before, and I'm a Korean. Of course I lived abroad for several years, but I've never seen someone who matches with me that well. So it was a good experience and interesting. After texting her about like 2 days, we decided to meet each other on Sunday, I guess. Yeah, so that was our first
meeting. Yeah. Going into the first meeting, I wasn't necessarily viewing it as I'm going to date him, because honestly, I was weirded out that I was hanging out with my older friend's brother. Like, just everything about it felt a little awkward and strange for me. But his English was so good, and also we clicked on a very like deeper level. From the very beginning, it felt different. but I didn't know how to navigate it because he's a friend's brother. So when we were making plans to meet that Sunday, he was asking me, oh, what do you want to do? And so I told him, let's go to a board game cafe. Like, let's go and let's go do active things. Honestly, I think it was to our benefit that we went to the board game cafe because we were able to see each other in like a competitive environment and like us getting to kind of jab at each other and make little jokes. How do you say, like it leveled us out. We weren't nervous, we weren't anxious at all. It was very comfortable.
So I met her in front of a subway station. So I was waiting for her outside, and then she came up the stairs and I saw her. Right now she tied her hair, but she had her hair out, like it's all fluffy and curly. So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting, because it was really new to me. I thought she was a more bubbly kind of person. She absolutely was, and she is. At the cafe, as we were going on with the conversation, I realized how mature, deep, strong she is. Like she was very motivated. That's what made me think she's really attractive.
You're so sweet. When I got to the location we planned to meet at, I told him, you're gonna have to find me because like I stand out, but you're gonna blend in with everyone. So,
that is racist. That is very racist.
Not racist.
She does that.
I told him, you're gonna have to find me because I'm not gonna be able to find you. Also, Juno's cacao profile picture was so far away, and all of them, they were like behind his head or like a mile away from him, and so there was no way that I would have been able to locate him because I really had no idea what he looked like. Went to the board game cafe, and after that, what I had planned was for us to go bowling, and if we hit it off, maybe we could get dinner. But what ended up happening is we were at the board game cafe for a long time, and then we decided to go get dinner because it was so late at that point that we were hungry.
Honestly, I haven't really made any reservation that day, but in Korea, it's a cultural thing. So when couple is dating, normally the guy plans everything, makes reservation, and then bring the girl at the right time, at the right moment, and like everything's just perfect, but try to like improvise.
You can't improvise in Seoul.
No, never. You can never do that. We were finding a restaurant and everywhere had like huge line in front of it, so we had to wait at least like 30-40 minutes. We were walking around. It was pretty cold that day, so I was feeling very sorry and I was anxious that maybe this date is gonna not end well. I really had fun and it was very interesting. It was my first time going for a sogeting with a foreigner. I've never done that before. I was really nervous. Maybe it didn't show, but I was very nervous. And my feelings towards Hunter grew a little more. Could be friendship, could be love, could be, I don't know, something else. I definitely felt something spark.
Yeah, from that point, I think we knew that we wanted to be in each other's lives. We just didn't know to what extent. We actually, we have plans today to go out and get coffee and also go play some video games. So we actually just thought it would be a good idea for us to take y'all with us, and we'll continue this story at another location. So get out of here?
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Quick reminder, we went to a board gaming cafe and we were actually placing bets. So anyways, I purposefully made bets so that I can have more opportunity to meet her. It's like, oh, if I win, you get to meet me next week. You invite me for dinner. I say, oh, then if I win, I get to meet you on Christmas. That's how we kind of continue meeting each other.
And I remember the day after we met. So we met on face-to-face on Sunday. That Monday, I was messaging Juno while I was at work, and we were having kind of a deep conversation. He was asking me hypothetical questions like, how would you feel about this? How does this make you feel? What do you think about this? As we're talking, he says to me, well, what would you do if I told you that I was already in love with you? And I kind of played it off like, and then I asked him, are you being for real? From the very beginning, he's been very upfront about his feelings, and it's kind of been in my wheelhouse to catch up with his feelings. That day was really funny, and any person that I tell about our story, I always say, yeah, I met him through his sister, and we went on our first date, and literally the next day he said he was in love with me. Just admit it. I wooed you on the first date.
Not true.
You fell in love.
Not true.
And now you're ready. You're along the ride for a lifetime. All through December, we would go on weekend dates, and I think not long after, maybe the first or second week, we started meeting after work for dinners. And yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like our relationship is perfect. We've had disagreements. Before we became official, a big disagreement that we were having was more on me. Was up to me to really commit to this and to see it through and not be scared and run away, which I think for many people you can relate to. When you can see the other person really investing into you, you can get scared. I feel like once I opened my heart up fully to him, our relationship took a huge step forward. That's when we felt comfortable around Christmas time with making it official.
Yeah.
Before Juno tells you how he officially asked me out, he asked me out 2 days before Christmas, so December 23rd. I wanted to be that person and have a very special anniversary. So I told him, I know what you're gonna ask me. I know what you're doing. I'm gonna say yes, but just wait. Like, can you wait 2 days? You reluctantly agreed, but then you ended up planning the absolute best date.
The two things that I remember talking with Hunter was that she wanted to try a proper full Korean course meal. And also she said she'd never been to Lotte World. So I decided to take her to this really nice restaurant near Lotte World. I just made a reservation there, and I also bought tickets for Lotte World. I took her there. We had fun, and then before we leave, around like night time, we're kind of tired, so we sat down. Is this a time? Is the moment? Should I? Everything started.
Yeah, Juno surprised me with this whole situation. He didn't tell me that he was planning anything special for Christmas. It was really special because all of the little things that I had told him that I was interested in doing, he incorporated that into this day. That whole experience, I will never forget that day. That was one of the most amazing special memories that I've made in Korea. You put in so much effort, so much time, and you really listened to me, and I've never felt so seen by a partner before. I've said it many times before, but thank you. Because starting our relationship off that way is what made me feel really secure in what we have. Me and Juno were able to communicate very freely because he's very good at English. We don't have the same communication issues that other international couples may have, but we still have communication issues because we're two people from very different cultures that have lived very different lives coming together and trying to make a union work. That is our story, how we met, how we became a couple, and where we are now. We have so many more memories and adventures and things that we're going to be doing together. We're looking forward to bringing you all along with us on that journey. You're a part of this family now.
If you guys have any suggestions or ideas, you can always leave comments, and we can try things that you guys actually want us to try. Like, unless it's something illegal.
Yeah, nothing illegal, please. Thank you again for the love that we've received in the comments on our previous 2 videos. Well, now 3, because we just uploaded one today. Our previous 3 videos. We are looking forward to making more content together, and we will catch you next time. Bye!